of all the things and all the places I had been in my career, or all the things I had done, including an educator at the colleges and public schools, the babysitting was too much, and I just decided one Christmas break I wasn't going back and that I wanted to be a blacksmith. My name is Ryan Fogarty. I run Leechtown Blacksmith Company, specialize in cutlery and carbon steel cookware. One thing with doing Leechtown Blacksmith Company is because it's a product-based blacksmith and knife making, I can do it in a smaller space. I can do everything by myself. I can lift stuff. Every piece that I make is manageable. Also with supply chain and things like that, I don't have anybody I have to order for. I kind of control all the little bits. And, you know, full-time, 5 years blacksmithing, I'm happy to be where I am now. Being inspired by knife making wasn't seeing a picture of a knife and, you know, being wowed by it and wondering if I could do the same thing. It was, people kept asking me for knives. As soon as they hear you're a blacksmith, they wonder if you make knives. I believe that's probably a large product of the current pop culture with TV shows and things like that. The first batches I've ever made are absolutely atrocious, and I have the first knife I ever made. And of course, I hate it. And I keep it though, so I can look at it to remind myself how far I've come in the trade. One thing I do pride myself with is locally sourced woods. I use zero synthetics. A lot of the stuff has a story. All of my woods that come through various sawyers or salvage guys, some of it's beechwood, some of it is stuff we're not allowed to cut down, but due to windfall and due to problematic trees or arborists having to take down certain trees like yew, elm. I use local, when I do inlays, I have local shells, local fossils. I have mammoth bone that's excavated on Vancouver Island. I like to work with a story because there's a lot of knife makers out there. When I do custom knives, I like there to be a reason why someone decided to have me make their knife. And if I can put some a bit personal in there, I like to work with individuals on colors, different woods, you know, and some of this stuff goes back to where they were raised in a different part of the province. And if I have something that speaks to them, then we can do stuff like that. The steels I choose to use, I think it's easy to go a little crazy because all of a sudden we have, through suppliers and through the popularity and the pop culture of our trade, we have easy accessibility to various alloys. So it's easy to read up about an alloy or hear of somebody using it. I've got my formulas, I've got my recipes, I've got my, you know, I do the same thing every time with a certain material. I'm comfortable with that, and I'm comfortable selling that product. I try and do the best I can with environmental stuff and, you know, kind of eliminating any synthetic materials. The footprint of blacksmithing and bladesmithing is maybe not a lot for me, it's a lot for the rest of the industry to get that, or to make these alloys and things like that. If I can minimize it on my end, I will. Blacksmithing, it's eternal. It's never going to go away. If we screw ourselves into an absolute world apocalypse, we're used to working without power. We're used to working with, you know, we can make our own charcoal to run in a forge if we have to. You could take a blacksmith from the 1890s, put him back in time, and he would have been able to do all that work. You could have taken someone from the past, Bill and Ted, Excellent Adventure them, into, you know, Back to the Future 2 times, and put him to work, and he'll know exactly what to do in a blacksmith shop.